Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. It's your brother Yahweh from the Great Millstone Orlando camp. And just going to make this quick. Just meditating while I was on the plantation. The fact that Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, I've said this a few times, because oftentimes in the ancient world, coming across a prophet was not so common as it is now, which goes to show you the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, being that the Lord always spoke by the mouth of his prophets. Grab two quick ones. One in 2 Chronicles 20. In verse 20, he says, "And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, believe in the Lord your God, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper." Because the Spirit of the Lord was always on the prophets to speak the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the spokesman, the voiceman, the ambassadors for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm going to get another one in 2 Kings 17. 2 Kings 17 and 13. "Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways and keep my commandments and my statutes according to all the law which I commanded your fathers and which I sent to you by my servants, the prophets." All right, plural. All right. So pretty much, what more of a sign do you need? Because that's the thing with Jake. And that's what had me meditating, Jake is always expecting the extravagance, the fanciness, fancy garments, eloquent speakers. Jake is always expecting. Jake, their mindset is wrong. Jake gets so caught up into the gimmicks. Jake, they want to see pretty shit. I'm gonna grab this and what is that? Because again, what more of a sign does the Lord need to? What more signs does the Lord need to give? Because here it is. Back in, there was a time when the prophets weren't so common as they are now. They weren't so, because we're in a time where you have all these prophets on the earth at one time. Now, that's not to say all the 144,000 men are on the earth right now. All right. But you damn sure have a handful of them, a bulk of them on the earth, And that's something that's unprecedented. That's something that's unheard of. Because there's never been a time when you had all these prophets on the earth at one time. That in itself is saying something. So like I was saying, what more sign does Jake need? What more sign do you need from the Lord? I'm going to grab this in Matthew chapter 11. I'm going to start at 7. "And as they departed, Yahweh began to say unto the multitudes concerning John," which John was a great man. All right, one of the top men. Right? It says, "What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind?" Verse 8, "But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went out ye for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. Could you see? To speak on John, you know, um, John, John, for those that don't know, was a real rough man, living in the wilderness, separated. He will be considered a madman. He will be considered a homeless, a bum. In today's day and age, he would probably be considered a lunatic, you know. But Yahushua vouched for John the Baptist, that is. All right. And like Yahushua told him, what did you expect to see? Because like I said, Jake, they like to see pretty shit. They want to see pretty things, extravagant things. They're all about the gimmicks, you know. But when the Lord presents what needs to be seen, when he presents it, and it's not to certain people's, what they had in mind, because a man of the Lord in this society is presented as a three-piece wearing suit, a clean shaven face, Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar looking type of dude, type of demon. All right. But that's just simply not the case. A real man of the Lord, he's rough around the edges. He's a stoic. He's austere. And like going back to John, he was a real rough man. To live in the wilderness, you have to be a certain type of way. All right. And John, he was definitely rough around the edges. And of course, he didn't live up to the people's expectation, just like Yahushua and just like the man of the Lord today. We don't live up to these people's expectations. That's why a prophet is without honor amongst his own kindred, amongst his own people. Verse 9 again. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet, because again, here it is. We're talking about John the Baptist, one of the top men in Israel. And so much that when you read on, for this is he of whom it is written, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Verse 11. Another point in verse 11, it says, verily I say unto you, among them that are born of woman, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. So you see, listen, this should show you the importance of, or you could say John the Baptist, his rank. It said, John the Baptist, notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. All right. Now, what is that saying? Pretty much the so-called least Israelite in the kingdom, which this should show you what type of, because the Lord is really about to elevate Israel. Israel is really about to be on a level in the kingdom, man. And the so-called least Israelite in the kingdom, it is greater than John the Baptist on the earth, which goes to show you, Lord willing, I'm making the point, and the point's clear. How much John the Baptist is going to be elevated in the kingdom. Because again, John the Baptist is one of the top men. All right. He's one of the top men. So the so-called least Israelite in the kingdom is greater than John the Baptist on the earth. Which again, just to show the point, what type of elevation John the Baptist is going to receive in the kingdom, because he's a top man. He's one of the top men. All right. But of course, being that, because certain things don't appeal a certain way to the naked eye, people can't see it, They can't see that value. You know, when it comes to you, hopefully like brothers, you know, hey, these people they don't see your value. When Yahushua was on the earth, they didn't see. Here it is, the Messiah. When he was on the earth, he was there in the flesh, but people couldn't see that value. You know, at that time. You know, and that's why it's just like, what more sign do you need? You know, going back to why I brought this out in Matthew 11. You know, what went ye out to see? A man of soft raiment, right? Like Yahushua told him, a man of soft raiment. You know, hey, he's in the king's house. You know, because this thing of ours is not about glitz and glamour. It's not about dressing your best, looking your best. You know, because Jake, their mind is elsewhere. Their intentions are off. You know, that's why, you know, apostles always talking about how Jake, they want to be entertained. Jake is all about the gimmicks, the glamour, the glitz and the glamour. That's not what this thing of ours is about. You know, because ultimately it's about the message being presented, being preached. You know, and Jake is still always crying about a sign. You know, show us a sign, right? Which leads me to Matthew 12. Again, here it is, John, who was prophesied to come, you know, in the scriptures, one crying in the wilderness, right? It was John the Baptist. Again, he is a top man in Israel, and he had a heavy lot, you know. Like I said, with Yahushua, Yahushua was on earth. He was in the flesh, but that wasn't enough. So it's like, what more sign do you need? You know, Matthew 12 and 38. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. So that's the thing. Like I said, Jake, they always want some extravagant, glamorous sign. You know, Jake's like women. You know, women they like colorful shit, bright shit, like gnats attracted to the light. You know, that's Jake, man. You know, they're attracted to that glamour, the extravagant things. You know, but here it is, the Lord, he's presenting his mercy. You know, and Jake is too blind to even see it. Because in verse 39 it says, Matthew 12 and 39, but he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. So you see, like the point that I was making earlier. All right, Jake wants the sign, but here it is. When has there ever been a time when the Lord has all these prophets on the earth at one time? You know, that in itself is showing you that the Lord is big. You know, because there's never been a time when the Lord had all these prophets on the earth. All right, that's what that going into that sign of the prophet Jonas. You know, the prophets, all these prophets on the earth at one time. You know, that in itself is enough to let you know that, hey, you know, what more do you need? You got the prophets. What all these prophets? What more do you need? You know. So that was just something that I was thinking about. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Shalom to you. Hopefully, elect.